and.
Okay. All right. Got you.
Welcome to Packmates, a podcast about Magic the Gathering Limited, where we take a dive into the current limited format. The Packmates are a group of friendly card sharks that love drafting, hanging out, and going to F&M. Don't forget to check out our socials and join the Discord. Links are in the description. We're getting more active in the Discord. If you guys need help with cuts, whatever, we're more than happy to help you. Just add us on Discord if you guys want to talk. We're in there drafting sometimes. It's fun. I'm Ryan, the aggro expert.
I'm Andrew, the Phyrexian correspondent.
I'm Robi, the resident Durdle expert.
This week we're talking. You paused.
You paused.
I thought you were gonna end, and then you paused. And so I was like, I'll just keep going. I guess.
And
we are the Packmates.
Got him. Perfect.
This week we're talking about our first F&M draft. Some first impressions of the format. I've had the chance to play it quite a bit on the arena.
Me too, kinda.
Me too.
Yeah.
Poorly.
And then we're also going to talk a little bit about some 7-win decks.
Yep.
Right.
Just the basics.
Yeah. Make sure you guys check out our socials. Links are in the description. Like, subscribe, all that stuff helps out a ton. And this week we're going to start with me because obviously, right?
Yeah. From 7 wins to 3 wins, 0 losses. Go for it.
Yep. Undefeated, undisputed.
6-0
tonight.
Not my pod.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. 6-0, though.
It was in my pod.
It was in Andrew's pod. Got him.
Never played me. Never played me.
Never lost. Okay, I had a Gruul deck tonight. It was a ramp Gruul deck, splashing white.
Ooh.
The deck had the highlight of the deck is I had 2 Portent trackers, and it was like my best common.
What are you talking about, Ryan? That's like the highlight of your deck. I don't know that that's the highlight.
I'll paint a picture, babe. Just give me a minute, okay? Let me paint, okay?
He's an artist.
I'm getting there, okay? So the Portent trackers are the 2-drop that untaps a land.
Uh-huh.
And every game I had 1 on 2, I then had a sick 4-drop that just almost snowballed and won me the game on turn 3. 2 of those times, that was the battle that lets me search for 2 lands and put them on the battlefield.
Okay.
And then another one of those times, I had a Blighted Burgeoning that I could like untap and like make the thing. That's dumb. And then often it was I had another common. It's the red green signpost, the Geoderm.
Ooh, very nice.
Rampaging Geoderm, 2 and a red green for the 3/3 trample haste. When it attacks, it gets +1/+1, or you can give anything +1/+1 whenever you attack. When it attacks a battle, it gets a 1/1 counter, or whatever whatever you want gets a 1/1 counter.
Jeez.
And I had 3 of those, and it was really stupid.
How many battles in the deck?
2.
2. So not getting very many +1/+1 counters.
Didn't need them. Didn't need them.
3/3 haste, good enough.
4/4. Because it can give itself +1/+1.
Temporary 4/4 haste.
Trample haste.
Might as well just be a
Tempe haste.
4/4.
4/4 trample haste. Often, or not often, but sometimes 7/7 trample haste, because I had 3 of them out and just swing one of them. And,
Yeah,
7/7.
it does do that. It does
Turn
do
them
that.
sideways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deck was sick. The Portent trackers are so good, honestly, and they can also kill the battles too.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. I like how they can kind of control them just kind of randomly out there. You can add them or subtract them, right?
Yeah. The crazy thing was though, is I felt like I could never use his ability for that because I was using all my mana all the time.
Damn, that's pretty good.
It was pretty dumb.
Yeah,
that was something
a pretty big end curve, lots of big giant 8-drops.
Yeah, so I had
an 8-drop.
I had an 8-drop. I had 5 cards that costed 5 or more. One of them's the Knight Aaron of Eos. That's 4 and a white for a 4/4 convoke. And then however many guys you convoke, you look at the top 6 and you can get 2 creature CMCs with CMC equal or less than the number of guys you convoke.
Oh, that's pretty nice.
So I did that for 4 a lot. And I got always got 2 guys off of it. It was pretty stupid. And a 4/4 on the battle. A 4/4 that draws 2 actionable dudes. Gulta and Maverin is just a bomb. It's just a certified bomb in this deck. You play it and right away you get a big trample dude. Because I had a 4/4 attacking and I get another 4/4 trample. It was insane. And then I had the 6/5 Forest Cycler with reach and trample. And the 8/8 hexproof trample. And that guy was pretty good. Pretty
Did anyone edict you?
No, I had so many dudes out by the time I played that guy. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
It's an 8-drop.
He did die to Death Touchers, but
He's got
He also took 7 or
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 6. They took 7, and one time they took 5
Yeah.
because I transformed them so they would take less. And the guy that transformed them, the turn before I swung with him, I played Gulta and made another 8/8. when he swung.
Oh man.
And so 2/8/8 tramples and still a Galta on the board to deal with after he dealt with those two. It was pretty stupid.
Galta's mega dumb for sure. It's just a 12-12, right?
12/12 trample. Maybe some other ability. I don't even know. But whenever it attacks, you can make it.
Makes something big, like something as big as your biggest creature, right?
That's not Galta.
That's not Galta, right?
That's tapped and attacking. Or you can make X1/1s that aren't attacking with lifelink equal to the number of attacking creatures.
Yeah, that's good too.
So like if you're like
That's like
kind of low, you just
less
like multiply.
Yeah.
Like it serves a purpose. Like I never needed to do it today. There's a spot where I thought I was maybe going to need to do it. Because like somebody was going like super wide on me.
Yeah.
But
how was the splash turned out? Was it pretty easy just to get the white on command?
I was pretty greedy. I only ran 1 planes, but I had like 2 blighted burgeonings and
so if you don't have the blighted burgeoning or the portent tracker, then that's it, right?
Yeah. Well, I had a treasure too. I had 1 way to make a treasure at that red-green battle.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. One time I couldn't cast Galta. But I won anyway, so like it didn't matter. I just cast the one. Like once I couldn't cast Galta, and once I just like discarded the white errant to like draw a card. And it was fine. So
sick.
I think like green. I think you can like super splash and like green ramp. Like it's easy.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think you got the.
Were you ever like hard on your mana? Like were you ever mana screwed? Not really.
No. One game I like started the game. The game that I couldn't cast Galta literally started the game in my hand, and I didn't have like any of my ramp and stuff. But I just had like 3/3 into the Geoderm,
Jeez.
and that was like pretty good. One thing I do want to point out is Hanger Scrounger uses 2 in a red for a 2/1 with backup 1, and whenever it becomes tapped, you can draw a card, discard a card, or sorry, discard a card to draw a card, and that was super good.
Was it? The backup guy? He's a backup guy, right?
Yeah, he's a backup and lets you like it's not loot, what is it, Andrew?
A rummage.
Lets you rummage right away. And then
or
like,
goblin picker as we love to call it.
Yeah.
It's like a half-ass goblin picker, right?
Oh yeah, like it's no scrapwork mutt, I'll tell you that. But it was like almost scrapwork mutt, right? Like
almost, not quite.
Because you get to do it twice.
Yeah, that's true. Because you get does it have a haste?
No, it doesn't have haste, but like you can just throw it away like you did with scrapwork mutt.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. Like if you trade your scrapwork mutt for anything, it's disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah. And I could buff it with like my dudes, and I had like a convoke spell that I could do it again on. I had Stoke the Flames. So,
nice.
But I never drew Stoke the Flames, so it didn't matter. Yeah, that was good. Tandem takedown, bunch of removal. Well, not a bunch, 4 pieces of removal, which I felt like was plenty. Yeah, that was the deck.
All right. Good deck.
So I guess I'll let Andrew go next.
Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah.
So I went Phyrexian this time as to my correspondent title. I went Phyrexian this week. And so I was at the table and I kind of started drafting white, and I started noticing white was open. And one of the cool things I kind of tabled was the actually it got last pick. I don't know how the heck that happened. It was kind of cool. It was the Phyrexian Awakening. And so it gives them my vigilance, it gives them my Phyrexian's vigilance, and it gets a 4/4 incubate token. So I went like pretty hard on incubate this week.
How much is that one?
Cost 3.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah. It was good. It was just 2 colorless, 1 white, good to go. I did enjoy that one. I first picked the Invasion of Tovala. That's 3 colorless, 1 white, 1 black. It's a battle siege. And then when it enters battlefield, you get to bring a non-land permanent, a non-battle permanent, target non-battle permanent from your graveyard to the battlefield. And then it flips over, and then you get a 1/1 spirit each turn. And then you get your tokens get +1/+0. And so I thought that was pretty good. I kind of didn't like hard commit to that. I was picking some other cards around it. But I looked at my pack and I said, that's pretty much like the most powerful thing I could see in that pack. And then it just kind of came together. You know, there was a couple, obviously took a loss. So, it didn't come together quite what I thought it was. But yeah, it is what it is.
The backside of that battle is like almost unbeatable, I feel like.
What
it's
is
insane.
It? What is it? I was wondering because I couldn't see it.
What does it do? It makes 2/1/1 flyers.
It makes I think it's just
or just 1.
I think it's just 1/1/1 flyer, but it gives it +1/+0 and lifelink.
All your tokens.
All tokens get it. So you get it with your Phyrexians. They become freaking massive.
Super dumb.
Yeah. So it was pretty good. This deck had a really cool like beat downy side. You know, when you start playing the 1/1 Enduring Bond Warden, that's the 1 white backup 1. And then when this creature dies, you get to put all the counters from it onto something else. And so that was kind of like, okay, some early beatdown, but then it was also like Norn's Inquisitor. coming up next. You're just like, okay, so you just go 1 drop, 2 drop. Nora's Inquisitor gives you the plus, gives you the 2 incubate, and then when it flips over, all creatures that transform, if they're they get a +1/+. Yeah,
That card's disgusting.
it's very good. So the sequencing was very good with that card. All right, yeah. So it was a pretty good. Had a little aggressive slant to it, but I also had a Sunfall in the deck, which is just like hella good.
Yeah,
it's just so
checks out.
It's so powerful. And then the Archpriest of Shadows is just like, we had that card last week, and are kind of like, that's a pretty card. Probably watching out for that card when you see it.
I still don't think it's a bomb.
I don't think it's a bomb, but I think it's just good.
Yeah,
It's a good card for sure.
yeah.
I mean, it's no like 8/8 trample
Hexproof.
or 8.
Yeah, it's
for
not.
ha- yeah,
It's
I mean,
not.
it's nothing like that. That's a certifiable bomb. But I mean, this 4/4 Death Touch that lets you get something back from your graveyard immediately. Not a bomb.
You can get anything, even maybe a 8/8 trample hexproof.
That'd be pretty good. I don't know how you're getting in your graveyard, but yeah.
You can loot in the set.
Oh, okay.
You
I
can
rummage.
rummage,
I
you
can
can
rummage.
loot.
I can rummage.
You can loot in blue. You can rummage in red.
Oh
You can
man.
get it back at the.
Yeah.
How good was Sunfall in your deck? Was
It was-
it just absurdly dumb?
It's just good. Like, even when I was exiling my own creatures, I was like, all right, I'm fine with this. And I was like, make a 5/5 token. I think I lost when I did it because my opponent just played a haste creature right after it. I was
Oh,
already
yeah.
kind of low, so that was about it.
Could you ever, and like I just thought of this, but could you ever like make your tokens with like threat of activation to hold off their board and then exile everything and then like turn your tokens into dudes?
That's exactly what I did.
Oh, that's
That's like the
Yes.
strat, right? That's
was
what you
so
actually do with
good.
the incubate tokens, right?
It was so good.
yeah, but like with Sunfall, it's like insane, right? Because like
yeah. Because you like wait and hold off just to like get creatures, right?
yeah, you just keep your
Yeah.
2 mana up, right? And if they ever swing, then you just activate to like block if you
Yeah,
want
of
to.
course. Yeah.
But if
What? Why have they been making the whiteboard wipes like unbeatable? The last
Yeah.
two sets, like,
I don't
like
know. They've been
this.
pretty bad. Like, for a long time, they've been pretty bad. It's like, oh, this one's actually like, just get a creature.
yeah,
No,
like board
the
wipes
last-
are good enough, but like
the last one
here
in the
also
last
have
set,
a
though, like the Twilight,
Yeah,
the white
insane.
Twilight was insane, right?
That was good. That was a whole nother. That was like, it had to cost 7 mana to do that.
yeah.
Yeah, but still,
make
like,
it
that
real
was
good.
insane.
Because you
Like-
weren't like, how many times I could probably count maybe one time that I saw somebody do it for less than 5.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like,
But like it was flexible too. It was almost like a split card.
yeah,
It was a split card. You could make like 3 mites for 5 mana.
and gain 3 life,
Yeah, that's fine.
and then get it back
That's
later. if
fine.
you want
Like
to.
3
there's
mites
ways to get
is
it back.
real.
But yeah, most people
It's
didn't
like
do
3
it.
poison.
yeah, I don't think I.
But like, why
I've
do
done
we
it.
need to tack on like a win con,
Another
another
one
win
with
con
board
onto
wipes.
a board
That's
wipe?
so stupid.
It's gotta feel good.
It does.
It's
Like
gotta
already
feel
always
good.
does.
Yeah.
Like board wipes are just busted.
I think the exile is like actually important in this set.
Oh
Though.
yeah, exiles like it's better because of exiles, and
Yeah.
it makes like a 5/5 a lot of the time or bigger.
It is like the dumbest thing ever,
It's-
for sure.
It is literally terrifying, like to know that not only does that board wipe exist, there's another one that
Yeah.
also comes with the body, kind
It
of,
does,
because it's
yeah.
a battle.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's so scary to full commit, but like you have to full commit.
Or else you just lose.
Yeah,
right?
like-
Yeah. It's kind of funny. There's a lot of like redundant cards in this set. Like, I was looking at your deck and you had the like fight spell,
Yeah.
the 2-cost one, but then there's a 3-cost one that like, or it's a punch spell actually. It's not even
Yeah.
a fight. It's just like, they're the same thing, except you
Yeah.
get 2 and 1. I was like,
Tandem takedown.
yeah, I was like, this is kind of an interesting, like, why do you have 2 of the same kind of mechanic? This set's a little weird.
Yeah, and like the Skittering Surveyor
Yeah.
with like 3 other cards that do
Yeah.
something similar, and then like Blight of Burgeoning,
Yeah.
and then the card that lets you search and like put 2 on 1 count. Like, yeah, there's a lot of redundancy, it seems like, but that's kind of like, I feel like good for deck building because then you just have more options to fill that one niche that you kind of need.
Yeah,
sometimes.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Tandem takedown is, it was like super late at our table. Like I passed it 13th pick.
Jeez, that seems not good.
Part of me is thinking that there's the common one that costs 2 is like just as good, if not better.
Yeah.
Yeah, genuinely. I think
Yeah.
it's probably better.
Because it costs
honestly.
2,
Yeah.
right? Like,
yeah.
I'm already
It's
in
not
green.
double green, right?
Yeah, I'm already in green. Like, my stuff's bigger than yours, right? Like,
Yeah.
so,
Hmm.
but I did sideboard one out for the takedown, and then game where a dude had like just a ton of rares.
Yeah.
But like most games, that's not gonna happen, right?
I thought it was fun though. I mean, it was kind of cool just drafting Phyrexian and just like all the turning, yeah, just all the just like flipping and transforming was just so good.
I just I disagree with the Bond Wardens
Oh man,
in this
It
deck.
doesn't go in your deck at all.
I don't know.
I mean, it's a 1/1 counter for 1 on a body. Like, it's still a good card, but
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't you rather have like any random instant or sorcery that literally did anything for your monastery
was-
mentor?
Well, like for the monastery mentor, that was probably like another. I guess I had was the one that was like village rights your creature.
Mm-hmm.
I had that one. I had the one that it was like the Kamigawa one where if they dealt damage to it, you can. And that's a reasonable card. I actually mainboarded that at one point, and I thought it was pretty. Actually, it might be underneath the bottom board in there.
I can see it.
Yeah, it's in there. Not pictured, but there. Kind of the background. But yeah, the Bond Warden was fine. Like it was kind of nice actually when you Bond Warden your Phyrexian creature, and so you get all those counters like elsewhere, which was pretty sick.
How many sack outlets did you have though?
I didn't have very many actually. The only thing I really had was the completed Hunt Master and then the Village Rights card. I think there could have been a little bit more sack, but I mean, like again, like black white isn't really like the sack deck.
Yeah,
it's just like that's a cool like, hey,
yeah,
got a little bonus there.
Yeah,
but it was nice to just do that. I got actually popped that off one time with just like giving the Bond Warden on like a big ass token. It's like, yep, that's pretty nice.
See, I haven't got to play this deck yet, like online.
Mhm.
Super, like I was greedy with mine and went like 3 or 4 color and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, so like legitimately, I'm wondering, like, would you, in retrospect, would you rather have the Bond Wardens or the situational incubate cards, like the look at their hand, make them discard, or the destroy an artifact, incubate? What do you think would slot better?
I mean, I guess at that point, are you trying to be like more of a, at least with the Bond Warden, you can have the illusion of aggro deck because he can just kind of get in there and then you just pop the thing onto the next thing and start fighting again.
Right.
Definitely looks funny to me for sure.
I'm just curious. Like, do you think the interaction would have been better, or do you think just the like,
I think just the beat. If I'd have had more 2-drops, I think I would. I think on this deck it needed a little bit more 2-drops. I'm really heavy in the 3-drops. If I had a few more 2-drops or like had another Norn's Inquisitor, I think the Bond Wardens would have not looked as awkward. And this deck, like, I think it needed more of the like situational removal kind of stuff. I think this could have done well, but I didn't really have anything to like really go over the top other than the Sunfall. Everything else was just like incremental, kind of like I'm making it 5/5. I'm making something like this. And so that's how I just attritioned out my opponents most of the time, like with the Invasion of Tovala or the Archpriest, and just getting stuff back from my graveyard. It's like accruing more value.
Yeah.
What do you think the best card in your deck was?
That's Sunfall.
Really? Yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah, the bomb is like, okay, you gotta
What
play
about
it.
the best non-rare?
Best non-rare? I would say, oh man,
that
was pretty tough. I think
I already have a pick.
Collective Nightmare was pretty nice.
That's not the one I would say.
But I like the flip enchantment was pretty nice too. The battle, the black-white one, where you sacrifice a creature and then you get to exile something. Exiling, very important in this set. The flip side of it's all right. I think it's like you get +1/+1 for every light type creature type or something on the other side.
As equipment, you get counters on them.
Oh, you get counters
whenever they attack. So equip for 1. Whenever the equipped creature attacks, you get to put a +1/+1 counter on every creature that shares a type with it.
Oh, that's not bad.
And every creature.
Yeah.
You have a bunch of Phyrexians, right?
Yeah, just run Phyrexians.
Like you pay 1 for like an equipment that just puts a counter on the dude that's attacking.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, the front side of it's just as good. I was like, all right, I'm sack the Skittering Surveyor. All right, good.
Yeah.
Exile deck. Yeah.
You're bad Bond Wardens.
Bond Ward is good too, yeah.
Fodder, baby.
Yeah, he's good stuff. Well, he's good in that respect.
Yeah, but that card's felt sick. Exiling an artifact or a creature.
Yeah.
This felt sick to me in this format. Aetherblade Agent, is that the best flip card, you think? The 1/1 death touch that flips into the 3/3 that draws you a card when it connects?
Man, it's pretty good. I wish for some reason I had in my head that it was like 3 to flip and it's actually like 5 to flip or 4 to flip.
4 and 2 life.
Yeah, it's 4 and 1. And so I was like, oh, shoot. There were so many times where I just kept thinking that. I was like, oh, yeah, so this, flip it, done.
That would be insane.
And I was like, oh, that's such a sick curve. And I was like, oh, no.
Stupid.
It didn't do what I really wanted it to do. Most of the time, it was just like a 1/1. And then if we ever got to that portion of the game, I could flip it, try to get some incremental value. But really, it was just kind of, it gets outscaled pretty quick.
I think that's my favorite common though, just because the front side is so serviceable.
I thought
that's good.
I think the Norns Inquisitors are strongest uncommon, Loki.
Oh yeah, it's sick.
Like that's
The synergy of the deck. I mean, like yeah.
Well, I mean, like
so.
even by itself, that card's so stupid.
Yeah,
Like,
2/2 into a 3/3. Like
Yeah.
turns
Yeah.
2 and
Like,
3.
Yeah, it was nice.
It's like curving out just by itself.
Yeah,
Like,
it was very good. I like those kind of cards.
Is there any of the enchantments that you played, like the buff enchantments, or that you saw that you maybe wouldn't play in the white black deck? You know, that make a dude and buff Phyrexians. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
I think I'd play them all. They're all pretty reasonable.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're all. Yeah, the green one's great. The white one was pretty nice. Even the vigilance was actually like. Yeah.
Vigilance. I think the vigilance one is one of the
Yeah.
better ones,
Yeah.
if not the best one.
Then you start looking at all your stuff, and you're like, "What's Phyrexian here?"
All of it.
Yeah, they're all good. Yeah, like even like this, like the Seraph of New Capenna. Like when you flip it, it's like, oh, vigilance now.
And he
That's
gets the
pretty good.
counter from Inquisitor. Like, it's
Yeah,
dumb.
it's
It's
so
so
good.
dumb.
Yeah, it's a fun deck. I think it was. I'd love to play it again, but I think it's just the stars gotta align there, and no, you gotta kind of almost be the only. Like you gotta get the Inquisitors to even try this deck.
Yeah. As I've been playing this weekend, that deck's been beating me down quite a bit.
Has it? Yeah.
Black white.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
the Phyrexian stuff. It doesn't. It's not always necessarily
Yeah,
black white, but it's
sometimes.
Yeah. A lot of synergy there, and it's
Yeah.
just built in through many colors too.
just
So.
yeah, it feels super value heavy. Too.
Yeah.
Like you just get a ton of value.
It felt pretty good. I mean, this whole set's kind of value though. I remember I was talking with somebody, and they were talking about, well, everything kind of 2-for-1s now.
Yeah,
It's just like, but you need 1-for-1 removal for like the bombs.
yeah. Removal's back, baby.
It's so weird, like because you have so many 2-for-1s, but the removal's just like good enough.
Like you need it. Still,
Like you
yeah.
still need
I
that
don't know.
one
I'm
piece.
not convinced on removal yet.
Bro,
I'm not sure if
some
you
of the
knew it
bombs you do need. It.
I think you need to get rid of them. Like,
But I think like 4 pieces is fine.
4 pieces is fine.
Yeah,
yet. Or like 2.
like 2 you have to be super tight with.
Yeah.
But-
My biggest question is, did you ever get cucked by Phyrexian Censor?
No,
No, his deck was built around.
it was built around it. Yeah,
companion deck you built.
yeah. No, the Phyrexian
That's
Censor.
true. That's true.
It won me a game. Just people forget that they just come into play tap.
Yeah, that's insane.
It's just like, oh
All
crap.
non-Phyrexian creatures come into play on top.
Yeah, they just went for it. They were like, okay, I'll play this thing that makes like 2 tokens. And it's like, okay, cool. And so I was like, all right, your dude's coming to play tap. I just tap it. And they were like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, I forgot. Dang.
Yeah, that shit's rough.
So it was rough, but it was good. I enjoyed it. In this deck, it was particularly fine. And it's a 3/3 for
3.
3. I was like, what the? This guy's just.
Yeah,
I played it and I actually legitimately thought it was just a 2/2 for 2. And so I was like, wait a second. It's a 3/3. This is great curves.
It slows them down so
Yeah.
much, and it doesn't do anything to you.
Yeah, I just had some brutal curves in this deck too. It was just like 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop, flip,
Yep,
tag. Just done.
that's sick. It's
Yeah.
easy to win games that way for sure.
All right. All right.
That's all
So-
I have to say about it.
All right.
Do you think you
All right.
didn't build around Monastery Mentor as much as you should have?
Oh, I don't
Do you
know. I
think
mean, it
you-
was just a good card in the deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
all it was.
That's usually
yeah.
how it is.
Yeah. Anyways, Roby, tell us about your deck.
I built around Monastery Mentor.
Oh, did you?
So, kind of.
Oh, nice.
Quite a bit, actually. Like, I played Blue White Knights,
Ooh.
but it kind of wasn't Blue White Knights. It was kind of also like Monastery Mentor deck. I keep wanting to call it Monastery Swiftspear, but it's not a red card.
Mm.
But yeah, like Monastery Mentor, the one that makes it's a 2/2 with prowess that makes 1/1 prowess guys whenever you cast a non-creature spell.
Yeah,
So I only had like 14 creatures. So I definitely was playing a lot of weird random instants and sorceries. But yeah, it turned out pretty decent. I had one loss. I went 2-1 against disgusting Demir deck that had Invasion of Amonkhet, which just like auto beat me.
Beat down.
It feels extra bad whenever your Monastery Mentor gets like resurrected as a 4/4 from Invasion of Amonkhet. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
man.
it's like probably like the worst feel bads ever. But yeah, I just played a bunch of Convoke stuff, and my notable rares were probably I had Monastery Mentor. Obviously, the mythic. I had the shark too, the seed shark, the Chrome Host seed shark that incubates for the converted mana cost of any non-creature spell that you play.
was that better than you thought it was in sealed?
It like did nothing.
Oh,
Oh.
It never did anything. It just like My opponents were just like mono removal.
Oh, okay.
So
Hard to
like,
stick anything in.
nothing got to do anything fun. And yeah, that was pretty decent. Obviously, like the Night Lord, he wasn't a rare. I need to talk about my rare.
But he's sick though, right?
Yeah, he's disgustingly good. He's so good, genuinely. Like the curve of like going from like the Swordsworn Cavalier, like the 2-drop 3/1, into the Night Lord, and then on turn 3 you attack for 4 first strike is disgusting. Like,
yeah.
and that's how my deck won most of its games. Like I had a couple times where I went buck wild with the Monastery Mentor, but for the most part, it's just basically Knights deck.
Making 2/3/3s with that 4-drop common that make it's like 2/2/2s.
Yeah, that was disgusting with the Night Lord for sure.
When they're
like,
3/3s, it's like obscene almost.
Yeah, that's so good.
And one other rare that I forgot to talk about, I had Baral, Chief of Compliance.
What's that one do?
It's a 2-mana 1/3 that makes your instants and sorceries cost 1 less, and then if you counter something, you get to draw a card and then discard.
Nice.
I had like 1 counter spell in this deck, but like just making my stuff cheaper, all my instants and sorceries, because I have a bunch of them in here. I think I counted like 9. I have like 9 instants and sorceries, so yeah, it worked really good with Monastery Mentor, like making everything cheaper so you could like double spell. And an overperformer too, for sure, was Aerial Boost was disgusting with Monastery Mentor and the Shark too. And it was even grosser with Baral out. Because you could just like tap the Monastery Mentor or like any random white creature you have floating around. Yeah, it was pretty solid. The Night Lord, I was kind of wrong about. Ryan was definitely telling me it was way better than I thought it was.
Oh yeah, it's insane.
It's so good, genuinely.
Yeah.
Like just like the fact that like they give a Lord a relevant ability is disgusting.
Like normally Lords are just good enough when they pump your board.
Yeah.
Right?
Like they might as well just be like an enchantment. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That like you can use in a super pinch to block, right?
Yeah.
But like when they also tap things that enable attacks, it's just stupid.
It's just so aggressively costed too. It's at 2.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty strong.
Yeah. And then the tap cost is 2 too, which is great.
Isn't that bad? Normally I like them to be like 1, but
yeah, but like I guess if you're gonna pump up my dudes, I guess I'll pay 1 more.
Well, it's strong. It's like kind of like specific mana cost too. It's a blue and a white. Which is kind of annoying.
You know, you see most of those tap abilities now are like 3 and 4. Like hardly ever you get to see that
1 mana tap guy. Yeah. There was like heavy drawbacks, like the sinew guy, and
you have to get them corrupted before it costs 1.
Or it costs 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I really wanted the Inspired Charge in my deck.
I think you did if you actually went Knights. Like, do you think it would have been better if you just like didn't worry about the Mentor and just did Knights?
I also have the Shark too, right?
Right, but like
I'm gonna play combat tricks in the Night deck.
Do you think the 2/2?
You want a double spell in the Night deck, right?
Well, that was my next question. Do you think the 2/2 Knight that has Flying and Vigilance and can tap to make a Knight when you double spell is better than the Shark?
Probably. Shark's mid.
I kind of felt like that might be the case because
I would have rather had that Night guy, the Xerox Night guy.
Yeah.
I don't think his name is
Xerox.
It's Xerox. Like the printers.
Well, he makes copies, right?
Yeah, for
He does
sure.
make 2/2s.
That's cute. Protocol Knight was sick though. The one that puts a stun counter on something.
Yeah, that card's insane.
Oh, that's good.
So
That's good.
It's juice.
Yeah.
For sure. All the Knights are sick.
Cut short was mid. I didn't want to cut short in my deck.
Yeah.
I felt bad.
It's kind of like a necessary evil, it looks like.
We got the protocol Knights, so you just
you just tap them and then kill them, right?
Yeah, or the Lord too. The Lord.
Oh, the Lord does it too, yeah.
Yeah. The Skyclave Aerialist, that's the 2-mana 2/1 flyer that flips into like a 2/4 that draws you a card. Isn't that disgusting?
I wish it like got bigger. I wish it like they could have even if it costs like a mana more, just to give it like 1 more power.
Yeah, but it's like pay to like draw a card is all you're doing.
Yeah, but pay for draw a card is like
yeah, but it's like you don't need to do it when you're beaten down and you don't need to do it, right?
Yeah.
But then like when you need a card, it's like dope.
Yeah,
like if it got bigger and drew you a card, it would be like obscene.
Oh my gosh.
Just give me 1 more power. And it would be insane.
3/4 flyer for 2.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, maybe take away a toughness. I'll negotiate. I'm a reasonable guy.
Oh man.
So, take away a toughness, give it one more power.
Maybe
Three,
make it a
three.
night. Maybe not.
3-3. Yeah. I definitely had like weird situations where like my things not being knights was kind of relevant and kind of annoying.
Mm.
Like the aerialist is just good enough on its own, but like yeah.
Can I do a crazy story time just because your deck reminded me of it? It'll take 2 seconds. I had 2 lords. Listen, 2 of the night lords. The blue-white battle that like when it flips, it's a XX or X number creature you control, and just a bunch of other random knights. Someone played do 2 damage to everything and like wiped my entire board.
That does that. Yeah.
Oosh.
Like I had like
Yeah, it's
5
rough.
dudes, and they're like 4/4s and bigger besides
Yeah.
the lords.
That's how you beat.
Oh no,
the
I only had
knights.
1 lord because
Yeah.
the lord had to die.
Yeah.
That's how
everything.
you beat knights is killing the lord, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all just 2/2s. I mean, like for the most part.
There's like some big ones. Protocol Knights at 3/4.
All that to say, the 2 damage everything might be worth main decking.
I don't know.
It's a rare.
-2/-2.
No, the red.
Oh,
The red one's
Or you
fine.
can, or you
There's
can,
the -2/-2 one too in black.
Isn't it -1/-1 or -3/-3 if they're like
Yeah, it's
white?
-3. It's illegally.
It's an additional -2/-2 if they're.
I thought it was -2/-2.
It starts off -1/-1
Oh.
base, and then it's an additional -2/-2 if they're white or green.
Yeah.
Oh, that's real. That's right.
It's kind of interesting how these kind of I don't like those where it's like kind of punishing for certain colors and it has like an upside for it.
It doesn't feel good to do that.
It's
Yeah.
kind of nice. Some of them are normally they're always just kind of regulated to the sideboard, but some of them are actually like it's kind of main deckable.
I've been main decking a lot of them.
That Moloch was really good in the 4/2 flash.
Yep.
Guy's good.
You cast a blue or black spell, you get to look at the top 4 and get a permanent.
It's like okay.
Yeah, that's like Organ Hoarder, but better.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the red one that does 1 or 5, I think is super main deckable.
Mhm,
The
mhm.
white one that gives yourself hexproof is like fine. Like if you blink a removal spell, right? Like it's fine. But if you
Yeah.
also blink combat, like it's insane.
Yeah.
The
When did you
black
get-
one is the only one I haven't been main decking.
When did you get the monastery mentor?
First pick. Pack one, pick one.
So why?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
get
kind of rough.
You just built completely around it.
Yeah.
Basically. And
Kind of,
also
yeah.
saw some
I'm surprised you didn't try to do
Yeah,
some like
I didn't know.
3 color shenanigans to try to get some more of the double spelling with the red.
So my third pick was the 5-color battle.
I'm surprised you just didn't go 5 color at that point.
Because I think my second pick was the Night Lord. And so like I had to like play
I feel like it
Knights.
got debated by the
It's
Night
that
Lord.
good though.
That
It's
looks very
genuinely
good.
that good. Like it's first pickable.
I think so too.
I think it's pretty good.
Like it's got like obscene win rates on 17.
I mean, it's all right without even the knights around it, right? Like it's actually just a decent card, even if it was a 2/2 tap for 2.
I mean, there's no reason you're not playing knights if you're playing. The
Yeah,
Night
of
Lord,
course,
but
yeah.
I got I got an arena deck with 2 of those battles, the 5-color ones.
Did you do it?
I did it. Yeah. Like I did the thing, but like
Nice.
flipping them is obscene.
I've heard that. I just don't actually know. I've never actually flipped it yet.
Draw 2 cards, copy a permanent, distribute 3 counters, destroy a creature.
Seems pretty good.
But my deck didn't. My deck was like too not good enough. Like I didn't have enough good stuff because I had too much fixing.
Yeah, that's the problem with 5 colors. and
I got
every
too many good
format out there.
cards.
It's like you have to like prioritize all the fixing.
Oh,
Like,
man.
it's a struggle.
Yep.
I know all about them 5-color decks.
But yeah, looks sick. I mean, the mentor can definitely run away with games. Are we-
Yeah, it definitely did. Yep.
How was last question?
'Kay.
How was Ephera's Dispersal, the unsummoned for 1?
Disgusting. It's so good.
Is it the best blue common?
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely is. Genuinely. I'm trying to think of what even competes with it. I really like the 3-mana incubate draw a card.
Yeah.
That's like not as good at all.
It's pretty good when you think about it. The more I've been
It's
thinking about
very
that
good,
card, the more
yeah.
I'm thinking it's good.
Yeah.
I also really like the Protocol Knight, the 3/4 that
The-
taps.
the-
I think
guy's
the Protocol
good, too.
Knight's pretty good.
He's pretty like situational, unlike Ephera's Dispersal, which is just literally fine to cast for 3.
Yeah.
Like genuinely, like the Surveil 2 is super real.
Oh yeah, it's like
Jeez.
almost a card, right?
Yeah, that's like genuinely a card, right?
And with battles, did you ever like flip someone's battle that they like spent a whole turn attacking into and then just like send it back and like do it
Yeah,
again?
I only had one. Dude, like my first 2 opponents probably played about 5 battles apiece against me. like
Oh my gosh.
like just mega value, like the mythic battles, like every good battle I had to fight tonight. So yeah.
Dang.
Yep. I like the 4 mana bounce spell that puts in like 2 from the top.
Oh, the Barian books.
Yeah.
Temporal
kind of,
cleansing.
yeah,
Mhm.
Temporal cleansing.
With
It has
Convoke.
Convoke too.
That
Yeah.
seems good.
Like that was kind of like cute little cheese with the shark that I never got to pull off, but
Yeah. Oh, and I'm sure it would have been sick with Monastery Mentor too.
yeah, genuinely. All the pump spells, like aerial boost, Monastery Mentor is the truth.
Oh yeah.
like there are games where like aerial boost is lethal, like all the time.
Oh
Like,
yeah, the 3/1 Knights, dude.
Yeah, that's so stupid, genuinely. And I really like the protection spell.
Was it?
Yeah, I wish I would have got the 1 mana one.
That
The Sunder.
hoses.
That like
Gives hexproof.
it gives you and all permanents you control hexproof.
And hoses red or black.
Yeah.
Hoses red or black.
It was pretty nice.
That card's stupid.
Do you think
Yeah.
it's better than the one that you played that gives like a counter or whatever?
Yeah.
Ooh.
The 1 mana cheaper is like
Yeah.
super real.
Yeah.
Especially with like Monastery Mentor, whenever you're just trying to like storm off Loki.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think it could be the truth with that red prowess guy too.
Oh,
Yeah, that's stupid.
They pay the 2.
I would have done unspeakable things to have that guy in my deck.
Oh yeah.
like
He would have been
genuinely,
insane.
he would have been so good. I would have traded every single one of my knights for just copies of that.
So was white red the prowess deck then next time?
No, I would have just literally splashed it.
Okay.
Or captive weirds would have been insane too. Yeah. Yep. That's all I got with this deck.
What do we have next, Roby?
Good question, Ryan. We've got a format overview.
ooh.
So take it away, Chief.
Roby Roby posted some stats. I was like, I just thought you could have something to say about this. Okay, so he just posted 2 color win rates.
Okay.
Format's very new, right?
Yeah.
So these are
They've gone down since so I looked at them the day before and they're already down from like where they were in just one day.
yeah. I'd be kind of curious about the 3 colors. There's quite a bit of data on this, but like it says right now, Azorius is number 1, followed by Demir. That's surprising.
Ooh.
Demir at 2,
Demir was number 1 yesterday.
and then Golgari at 3.
Orzhov was struggling.
That's not like this is not my experience,
Yeah.
but
My experience is pretty similar to what this says.
I've thought Rakdos was good. I found Gruul to be good.
Yeah.
I found Selesnya to be like kind of good, maybe kind of more mid.
Yeah.
Orzhov and Golgaria felt really good when you're doing the Phyrexian thing. Simic and Izzet have felt like not even real decks. Like I haven't really seen them. And then Boros has been sick for me.
Is Boros even worse than Orzhov?
I think Boros. This says yeah. Boros and Orzhov are like the worst 2 decks. It says.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing though is like even though they're the worst 2 decks, they're like 3 percentage points.
Yeah, they're not like
Yeah.
by far like in the 40 or
Like
under
the
50%
The
win
difference
rate.
between the best deck and the worst deck is the difference between being on the play or the draw, and Phyrexia all will be 1. Like genuinely, that's it. I got you.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's literally all it takes. Like it's just 3%.
Oh man.
Like it's not quite 3%. It's like 4%.
Yeah, I mean, I felt all the decks to be playable. I will say, like, Simic has like the least numbers on here.
Yeah. I didn't include the monocolor stats because they're like literally the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Like mono black has like a 70% win rate.
Oh
on
yeah,
some
I'm sure.
hero.
I'm sure it has like
Feels about right.
Yeah.
50 plays or something. Like that.
Yeah.
Like,
They have so much good removal in that though.
Mono green is like the second. And then all the rest of them are like 30 and 20% win rates.
Are you thinking these line up with the signposts pretty well? Like these percentages look like for now.
That's
About-
exactly what my theory behind it. It's like the signposts. That's ranking the signposts from best to worst.
I mean, I have like a few disagreements, but yeah,
Like
like top 3 are probably the top 3 signposts: Azorius, Demir, and Golgari. Right?
yeah,
Yeah.
I think the Demir one's probably the best signpost in combat. Invasion of Omega is the hell.
Oh, I was talking about the dudes, like the Halo Forge.
Yeah.
Oh, I was talking about the battle.
Oh.
The battle.
The battle, yeah, that's
the
the
battle's
battle.
really
that's
strong.
the best uncommon when I looked at the stats. That was the.
It feels the best. It feels like a mythic rare. Like genuinely does.
They have to flip it, right? Like that's the hard part.
Jeez.
You got to
It's
protect
so-
it to the death.
Yes. Like if they can ever flip their uncommon battle, you just literally die.
Yeah, that one.
That's so scary. And
Yeah.
it's not even that big either. Like it's like literally just four counters on it. Like, yeah, that was my experience with that. Like as soon as they flip that, you're just done for.
I haven't played against it or with it yet. I did almost sabotage a draft online to just like move into it. When I
Damn.
picked 3,
Oh my gosh.
but I chickened out.
Yeah, I want to play with it quite a bit more.
I did too.
I haven't got to do the thing completely yet, but I'm excited too. I'm excited that Demir's good again. Since it was so good for XL Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
it
back,
definitely
baby.
was.
Halo Forges are sick too, though. Like,
Halo Forger's
Forger's
got to be
so
the thing
good.
pushing it over the top there.
it is Snapcaster. It's Snapcaster.
Yeah, it's fine. It's
Yeah.
good.
It's cute. I love it.
It's insane.
It's so fun. Yeah. I have yet to really like pop off with it yet, but I'm
I
excited.
don't know. In a world of just a bunch of 2-for-1s, man, that guy could do some work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's like the most.
He'll mail you right out.
He's minimum. He's like floor 2-for-1.
He's a 3-1 flyer.
Yeah.
So nutty.
Like, can you imagine going 2-1 flyer on 2 and a 3-1 flyer on 3 and like losing the game?
Yep. So, what are your guys' like? What's the best archetype you think?
I've had a lot of success with Boros backup. I think green 3 color is gonna be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be
Um,
interested.
yeah, and then like I've got wrecked by some Knight decks and some good Rakdos decks too.
Yeah, Knights have been like the Knights and Demir have been like my problem.
Yeah,
Like just either that or like removal piles have been kind of annoying.
Yeah, I think those 3-color piles that you're talking about, like the Juns or any kind of like green-based 3-color, is just going to be really strong as the format kind of evolves, just because you get to play the best cards.
Yeah,
And if-
once everyone figures out what all the best cards are, for sure.
yeah.
yeah, I think
Once
so. too.
green decks start splashing invasion
Portent
of
trackers are gonna be a scarce resource soon.
I think so. Yeah.
Omega. Yeah.
I
It's
think that
just
in
sick.
after that, the pest is probably going to be the next thing where you're looking at top 5, but I think the port and tracker is going to be the one to be there
Yeah.
because it's going to allow
Blind
you to.
burgeoning kind of really enables some dumb stuff.
The
too.
burgeoning's
Yeah.
cool too because you're going to need those double pips.
Yeah.
And so I think that's the other thing too. You're going to need some very specific colors or very like double pip cards to do the like hard splashing into things. And that the green deck just does it so efficiently right now.
Yeah,
Got a lot
and
of
it
games.
like makes a few treasures pretty easily too. Honestly,
It does, yeah, yeah. Just kind of along the way, that green red enchantment or the siege, just right off the bat. Okay, here's one, and then you could just rummage a card or you cycle a card out. All right, nice.
Do you guys ever like think of decks you want to like try in a format like this?
I
Like,
do that.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
especially this early.
So the one I want to try is Gruul
Mhm.
aggro, like 1, 2s, and 3 drops.
Yeah.
With the 8/8 trample haste with 2 or 3 beat sticks.
Oh, nice. Beat stick, so good.
Just to cast it with trample.
Yeah.
That's stupid. Yeah.
I think that's cool.
I still want to do Mill.
Yeah.
Mill seems tight.
My buddy that came tonight with me got your artifact
Oh, did he
rare,
play
and he
it?
did mill and he milled people out.
That's tight. That's
man.
so sick.
It worked. It was like
Groundbreaker.
Demir mill. Yeah.
That's amazing. I want to do that more than anything. That's so funny. Like the one that like it's like pseudo ramp too.
Yeah.
I've
And
been
like
saying it's
kind of
good.
fixing.
I bet it. We need to look up the stats. What are the stats? On
Oh,
that?
bro.
Please give me the realm breaker stats. It's the only stats I need for the rest of my life.
Oh my gosh.
I got you.
Um,
What are your predictions, Andrew?
what deck are you excited to do?
I think I want to try the buddy backup deck. I want to see if there's a real aggro deck in this format, like a legit like 1, 2, 3 drop curve aggro deck. I'm beginning to think that this format's like not very fast. There's a lot of just 2-for-1-y kind of things, but there's also the battles just slow it down.
Curves are disgusting.
Yeah.
Like if you ever get like curved out on, it's like unbeatable.
It's crazy because like it feels like you want 16 lands again, just because it's just like you can flood out like pretty quick in this because the games go so long. But also like, I don't know. it feels like a 17 land set as well, just because you're higher on the curve now. You're going to those 4s and 3s. So I don't know. I'm interested to see how it shapes out, but I'm guessing it's going to be more like people are going to start to discover like splashing into the third color is going to be the way to go, and you're not going to see double. You're not going to see the dual lands, and you're not going to see the port and trackers anymore.
I think the aggro decks are going to resurge when that happens. Right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Right now,
It'll keep it in check.
people are taking fucking like bond wardens for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like kind of
like
screwing that.
like Andrew over
Yeah.
here.
I mean,
Yeah.
like he had good reasons, but I'm just like,
Yeah.
his deck was like pretty tempo based.
Mhm.
But like when I was drafting a lot online, I was like, where are all the bond wardens? Like, why are
Yeah.
there no bond
I
wardens?
was never seeing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it too is as we kind of float along too. I think we were talking about this about like the Mystic Archive in one of the sets where it's like, okay, that was a kind of balancy a little bit. And then when we were doing Brothers War, we had the ancient like artifacts in there. And that
we all
felt-
thought that was like way more powerful, right?
The artifacts?
Yeah, over like the instants and sorceries, right?
Yeah, there were certain ones that were like, Wormcoil Engineers. Like,
Wormcoil
it's like,
Engine's
jeez,
stupid.
like that's
What was
just a
this?
disgusting bomb.
The one that made all artifacts cost 2 less or 2 more. All non-artifact spells cost 2. Lodestone Golem.
Lodestone Golem.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good
kind
too.
of stupid. Yeah.
And so we thought that was pretty good. And it was just, I don't know, with this set now, they've kind of dipped into like having creatures like that.
Breaking the entire format.
And it's just been
Like-
such just like a really like, man, that it really sways this thing quite a bit to be, like I always say bomb heavy, but I mean, realistically, there's some like legit bombs in these creatures that are just like, can you deal with that? Can you deal with this?
Yeah. Some of those creatures too are like only bombs for one deck at the table.
Yeah.
So you just get them for
Yeah.
free.
Yeah.
I think like it's kind of interesting how it went to like, hey, have a brainstorm or a lightning bolt every once in a while to like,
Yeah.
what about a worm coil engine and a precursor golem to like a completely built around this
yeah,
dude.
to
Yeah.
Luris.
Yeah.
like
Ragavan.
Yeah. Ragavan. Yeah.
And they're like interactions that like should literally never happen in draft. Like
Yeah.
like my last opponent, he just got flooded and just like wasn't able to do anything. But I noticed he was playing like 3 of the urns. I was like, bro, what are you doing? Why do you have 3 urns in your deck? It's like, I've got Emery. It's a hard lock. It's an urn lock deck. And I'm like, that's so amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I love that there's going to be like weird, dumb interactions. It's going to
Yeah.
be cute.
I just think it's really hard to play around. Like
It's
now you have to
literally
have this
impossible.
subset of like cards that you have to just always have in the back of your mind now. And that's not like my favorite thing. It's just
Yeah.
like have to have like, if you really want to know the format, you really have to memorize like all these listy cards.
Yeah.
It's harder to get reads on people from my experience too. Like
Yeah.
the convoke cards really like mess up getting reads on combat tricks too. Like
when you when you open a pack that's like, oh, you're talking about in the
in the actual battles.
that's not about in the draft, sorry. But yeah, the convokes are super misleading.
Yeah, for
Like-
sure. Like aerial boost is hilarious.
You know how many
So-
times I've neg 3 to dude with no mana untap?
yeah, that's so
Yeah.
stupid.
That's good.
But in the actual draft portion, signals and receiving is like super difficult
Yes.
because
Yeah.
you're gonna open a pack with 2 rares and 5 uncommons,
Yeah.
and you're passing gas to the next 3 people.
Crazy.
Like,
Yeah.
Like it's super fun in that way, I guess, because you're like, oh, I got so much powerful stuff. But
Yeah.
then it's also like, man, everybody else has powerful stuff too.
That's fine.
So
yeah.
I don't know.
I think you just have to even bring removal up just a little bit more.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced. I think removal's bad in this set.
I think
Ooh.
I think every deck, well, not every deck, but many decks have a few key pieces.
Yeah.
If you have your removal, when they get their key piece, you're gonna win.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's what's important. I don't think you need a ton, but I do think you need like a bit. And I think removals of like I think more than ever removals a signal that a color's open.
I think so.
I'm not convinced. I'm still not.
I'm theory crafting, right? Like
I
this
don't
is
know.
not factual. I'm just thinking out loud.
I think it's just going to be just like put the best cards together and just weave it together. Sort of like, what was it? The Dominar United?
yeah.
Where it was just like, no, I'm just going to take the best cards every time. And then it's gonna come together. I'm gonna pick the lands at a premium, and I'm gonna have the best deck. And I
think
feel like
I'm gonna do that next week.
it's just gonna be like that. I really have it's like I string my bombs together. I string some removal together. I get the lands. Nobody's taking the lands right now. And so you just do that and just sail on through. And I think you're going to be able to do that for a little while people are still like trying to figure out the format. And then the aggro decks will kind of start to arise and be like, all right.
Chill out. Chill out.
Yeah. But I really think that's kind of where it's going to be going.
Is it just me, or does it seem like there's not as many of the dualies?
Oh, there's not. There's only one in like half of packs and it replaces the basic.
That's so.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. That's why green's going to be like, if you're going to do that kind of strategy, you have to be in green.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know. I mean, you really don't want like flywheel racers and shit like that in there.
I think you can cheese it in red with the bee sticks, though. I do think that.
The beam sticks are good.
Beam stick is good.
Is it a beam stick?
Beam stick.
That was like a beat stick.
No, it's beam
to
stick.
beat people down.
Beam
stick.
It makes treasures, bro.
Okay.
Treasure beams.
And it like says it equips for 2, but secretly it really equips for 1 because you're getting a treasure when you connect and you're only ever equipping it if you're planning on connecting. And 1-0 in Menace equipped for 1 is sick.
Yeah, that's good. Low-key. I'm a huge fan of it.
Forgot that it had Menace. I was just like, oh.
It has Menace. That's so good. It's like Sticky Fingers, but actually
Yeah.
good.
They can move.
But actually a good card.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sticky Fingers.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that card was unplayable. And the Streets of New Capenna.
People love playing it, though. As
I was
unplayable
hyped about
as people really
I was
love
hyped about it.
Yeah. People really love playing that card.
Okay. Streets of New Capenna, if it wasn't banned, it wasn't good. So,
Oh, I love Streets of New Capenna. That was good. See, it was just a nice linear deck where it's just like, okay, I don't need to worry about too many bombs. Well, sometimes, but
at least this is
it
like
was
the
just-
opposite of the last set.
yeah, this is like off the rails. Like,
Yeah.
you can build your own adventure. Like,
everything feels like so degenerate.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, the
like-
power level on this seems just like very strong compared to the last set we were in.
It's almost like Cube, low-key. Like,
Yeah, I heard somebody say that. That was like, that was kind of neat. It was really akin to that too, where it was like, wow, this is a really powerful card. Oh my gosh, there's still a powerful card here.
Yeah.
You know, we were like, I think I was like in pick was like 10, something like that, and I was like, there's still good cards in here. What in the heck is going on?
I was getting heat late.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I mean, it was something else. And maybe it's just because we're in the early stages of format
Oh,
too.
yeah.
So we're gonna be like higher on some evaluations, but it really does kind of feel like that QB kind of feel where you're just like, especially with the, I don't know what are they calling these guys? Like Legends of
I don't even know.
the Legend Archive or whatever. Yeah, all the legendary guys get just like, you know, there's got to feel good when you're just like
Multiverse Legends or something?
Multiverse
I
Legends.
don't
There you
know.
go. There you go. Yeah, yeah. So that's got to feel kind of good.
yeah. So that's what we think about the early format.
I have a prediction.
All
I
right.
feel like more weeks than not, one of us is going to come in here with a Robi deck that's like, I went Knights, but also Prowess Monastery.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to have a split, like, Frankenstein deck,
Yeah.
like, a lot.
I feel like
yeah.
that's like the format. It's split Frankenstein decks, right?
So I'm excited for, like, these piles that, like,
Of just disgusting, but like just complete eyesores, right?
and then, like, 1 week it's going to just pan out.
It's gonna be good,
It's just like,
bro.
how did you win with this?
I think that's gonna be one of the fun things of this format is just looking at a deck and trying to figure out how did this possibly win, which leads us to our next segment of how in the world do these decks get 7 wins. So the first one we have is a 7-2 deck from Ryan. And I thought it would be fun if me and Andrew tried to pick out why we thought that this deck was a 7-2 deck. And I will start
Yeah.
by saying this definitely does the degenerate Portent tracker things. like,
Yeah.
like, so Ryan has this green-red deck, this Gruul deck, with way too many 3-drops, and specifically Omnath. Which, like, he's, like, playing very degenerately with, like, 1 copy of each land that's not red or green.
And not even a black, because I'm paying the 2 life.
Yeah,
every time.
because
Yeah.
doesn't have black in his deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, and definitely just doing degenerate blight and burgeoning things.
I cast on 4 once.
That's I don't even know. Like you have to actually get the lands right because like you would only have to have 1 blight and burgeoning.
And 1 blight and 1 tracker.
Yeah,
And
Or a blight and burgeoning and off land and
yeah,
off color.
yeah.
man, the Hermit with some Phyrexian tokens. Ooh, that's got to be good.
Hermit was disgusting.
Hermit's so good, right?
Yeah, and that's exactly what I did. Phyrexian
did you?
tokens.
Oh,
Because
jeez.
there's 0/0s, you make them 5/5s, you
Yeah.
have counters. Oh my god.
That's where I was like, this seems like a good, like, I'm going to curve to these guys, and then I'm just going to be hitting boom booms every time.
Is that what Gruul? Is that the curve that Gruul wants? Like more 3-drops than 2-drops?
I think it's the return of the 3-drop curve, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think the format's slow enough for that.
I'll disprove that with the next one.
Oh
But,
yeah, like I'm
I
sure
don't know.
for Gruul, I think.
I just think like it can be done. Like I think
Yeah.
like it's a lot safer than it was in
Yeah.
the last set.
Yeah, it was like you couldn't get 7 wins with like more 3-drops than 2-drops.
Yeah, it was tough.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. I miss those days already. Those were the good old days. Oh, man.
Dude. Okay, so there's you guys missed one card, and I'm like a full stan. Right
Wait,
now.
let me guess it. Let me
Okay.
guess it. The dread ship.
No, but that
No.
was
The Pelucratus?
nope.
No, I think it's,
Rampaging Raptor?
no, it's probably the invasion, right? The invasion of Mercadia.
Yeah, you probably heard me talking about the draft.
Nah, man, it's just super good.
So it's 1 in a red. When it enters the battlefield, discard a card. If you do, draw 2 cards. So
Is that
already.
good?
faithless looting,
Already faithless looting, already.
Is that card good?
serviceable. Backside, game-winning bomb.
What's
Yeah.
the backside?
3/3, pay 3, tap it, discard a card. Make 2/1/1s. Give all your creatures +1/+0 in haste.
Oh, that's stupid.
Like you just flip it. You do whatever it takes to flip it, and then you just discard a card for 3 every turn, no matter what the card is, and bash in. And you can do it at instant speed too. So like,
That sounds like something I would never do on my own. ever
Seems
in
pretty
my
strong.
life. I would never even think to
Like,
do
just so
that.
many waves of creatures.
much
Like, eventually,
less
you're just going to
value.
win.
Like,
less value than 2 dudes
no,
every turn.
you're
I don't know. Like,
two 1/1s.
Two ones.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
2 ones with
That's
haste
stupid,
every
actually.
turn. That seems strong.
So that's a card that used to be like one of the grossest things ever. I forget which format it was in. It was called Heroic Reinforcements. I
Yes,
think it was M19.
it was very good.
M19,
I kind of remember that.
where
card.
Red White was the only viable deck that you could possibly play in this entire format. And Heroic Reinforcements was one of the grossest cards ever. And it literally just did exactly what you just said. It made 2/2/1 hastes and gave all your creatures +1/+0 in haste. And so, like, if you just had a deck full of Heroic Reinforcements,
Right.
Yeah.
It's
that'd be
absurd.
so good. Right?
Yeah.
And it's at instant speed. You can do it on their turn. Like if you have bad attacks one turn, you just take a step back, chill, instep, make 2/2/1s. Next turn, make 2 more.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Have a bigger board.
I didn't even realize that.
Like, just going wide with that card is just, it's so easy. There's 2 split guys. I mean, my gosh.
So that's like a sleeper. Is it like a mythic uncommon?
I am considering taking a pledge. I'll never pass it.
Ooh.
Like, I have been so impressed with it. It's like
That seems
Wow.
real.
It's-
low-key.
Oh my
it's
gosh.
just like how many other commons and uncommons can you have like a one of? The front side is like mediocre, whatever. But like
Does
it
it
just
cost
wins you the
mana
game. It
to
costs.
do?
it's a
It
thrill
costs 3 to
possibility.
tap it and discard.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a throw possibility. Like it's fine. It's a throw possibility, but you discard the 1 card for 2 cards, so you should have to do that every time,
Yeah.
right? Because you're already playing the battle. So,
Exactly,
like,
yeah.
And the back is just absurd.
The back is just so good. Just single card strategy.
I
Like,
think I should have lost it today, and the other person decided to like literally play a mythic rare instead of making 2 1/1s, and I think it lost him the game.
That's funny.
It was the Vigilance Menace Lifelink dude,
Did you need
and that lost him the game instead of just playing 2 1/1s and discarding it.
Yeah.
Like playing 2 1/1s and discarding it 2 turns in a row would have beat me.
it's a heck of a pressure.
Isn't that the most obscene thing you've ever heard?
That
Like,
is stupid.
Yeah.
The heroic reinforcements, like over and over and over and over and over again until they
Yeah.
killed their 3/3. That seems good, low key. I didn't realize it was that good.
You ever get to like have something else go down with it too? Now you're just giving that thing haste
yeah,
and just going in.
which happens all the time.
Yeah, of course.
Was Tangled
good.
Skyline any good?
yeah,
It's good. It's good. It's like a very dirtily 5-drop, which makes me automatically love it. So it gives everything, all your Phyrexians reach, which
Yeah.
seems super
Yeah.
relevant.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
Like because the green decks have problems with that.
Yeah,
right?
with
Yeah.
like blue-white decks
like-
that have a bunch of flyers.
Gain 5 life and have a 5/5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I've been playing the blue-white decks, and so like when they play that against me, I'm like, ugh. I just groan a little bit.
It's like I need to have removal right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how it won, though. Just Omnath?
Omnath only played like once.
Yeah, I figured. It's just in there for the meme. For style points.
Oh, yeah. I literally did it. I was like, Robi will be proud of it.
Yeah, it's style points. It's stylish.
Robi will
That's
be
why I
real
picked this
proud.
deck over the
I'm
other
sure.
deck.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it won just off of like, just like good. Like everything in this deck
Value.
is like pretty good. But it won a ton of games just making two ones with haste. Like, honestly, it won a ton of games just doing that.
Yeah. So next up, we have a blue-white deck. So you guys figure out why I won with this deck. Why I went 7-2 with this deck.
I'll give you 2 reasons. I think
What-
you
what
got
you-
double Marshall Zalthier.
Yeah, that's a good
I think
card.
that's
a
think
good
that's it
card.
there. I could yeah.
That's it? That's all you got?
Another monastery mentor in here too.
Yes.
Oh, that's funny. Man, you just rebuilt
Yeah,
this
I
deck
basically
in
just
draft today.
rebuilt it.
That's
This
funny.
one was
I-
a lot better.
I didn't even realize that.
I have a few thoughts.
Yep.
You have a ton of 2-drop dudes.
Yeah.
Your 1-drop dude is like pretty. I like that guy. The 1/2 for one that transforms.
Yeah, I didn't take one tonight, and I kind of regretted it.
But like all your 2-drop, like I feel like you just pressured people into oblivion and then flew over the top.
Yeah, or Monastery Mentor go bananas. You know,
It's just the same
like,
deck. It's the same deck.
like, it is kind of exactly the same, low-key.
Way more 2-drops that are actually bodies though,
Way more good instants and sorceries.
and
low-key,
also
too.
Raph.
Raph is
Oh,
foul.
yeah.
Raph, like the fact that I'm able to put Raph in my deck, I love it.
Man,
I love Raph.
I miss Raph.
Little riff Raph.
Raph was just never pass.
And you know
Dude,
what
just
Raph
mythic,
gives,
uncommon.
gives your guys?
Vigilance for Convoke.
Yeah. It's so good. And like you're drawing cards. Raph
Yeah.
just felt so dumb.
Raph's so good, man.
The curve on this one seems significantly better than the one tonight.
Yes,
Yeah.
like all the 2-drops. Yeah, I feel like my like non-creature spells were way more impactful too.
Yeah,
They
you
look
got the
just better.
draw card, incubate card. That seems really good. Just
Yeah,
more
like
bodies.
Yeah, it was super good with Monastery Mentor.
Yeah.
But
it seems like this is the kind of deck that just goes wide on you out of nowhere.
yeah, just genuinely, it just
Yeah.
pops off.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, I'll just end of your turn, make a incubate token, make a 1/1 monk, and next turn you're dead. Just animates.
I will say that Stasis Field is like either really necessary or the biggest feel bad of your entire life.
Terrible.
It's so bad.
It's like terrible unless it hits like a wrinkle.
Yeah, it has to hit like something so good. I've had situations where like the biggest feel bad in the world against like I'll tell you what card bodies Stasis Field more than any card I've ever seen in my entire life is the freaking Tangled Skyline. Tangled Skyline, like you just have a Stasis Field in your hand, and you're like, "What am I gonna do? Make their 5/5 a 5/7 with reach?" Because it doesn't even. It gives it the reach past Stasis Field.
Right, because it's like
It's like a
from another
constant
source.
enchantment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the biggest feel bad of my entire
like
life.
any incubator.
That's what
Oh,
these
man.
2 losses in this deck were against, where I just didn't realize that putting it against Phyrexian tokens is like the biggest feel bad.
You've done the Knights deck more than me. I'm jelly.
Yeah, I don't even like it.
The 3/1s for 2 are the truth, aren't they?
You know what really is the truth? The Inquisitor. Especially in this deck with all these
Oh,
random
yeah.
flip cards too. Like
Yeah.
they're so unbelievable.
Yeah, the Inquisitor is really strong.
The Inquisitor with the Sunless Guardian seems just.
Even
Oh
the
my
Doom
gosh,
Shaper
it's so good.
feels so good. The 1-drop 1/2.
yeah. 5/4 trample.
Yeah.
On
Like,
turn 4. This
yeah.
is disgusting.
It was gross.
That's like literally one 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop with 2 cards.
Yeah. Where are we at on Seal from Existence?
Sick.
Fine.
It's whatever.
Sick.
Whatever. It's
Necessary
good. It's
evil.
just good.
Yeah. What do you think about the 2-drop destroy artifact
Or
incubate 2?
I've
It's less good.
been cutting it a lot.
Yeah,
I've
it's been
been
not the best.
way down on it. It's a non-token.
Well, here's the
Yeah.
problem, and we were kind of alluding to it earlier. Every card in this format is so good, it just doesn't make the cut.
Yeah. And like the reason why I thought it was good was because I thought it would be good to hit Phyrexian incubation tokens.
Oh,
But it can't. It can't.
No.
Yeah. And like there isn't enough good enchantments that would like feel comfortable main decking it
Yeah.
Yeah.
or artifacts either. I like I sided against like the guy with the beam swords or whatever. I forget what it's even called. Beam club or whatever.
Beat stick.
The beam swords. Yeah, the beam stickers.
The lightsabers.
The beam sticky fingers. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, blue-white seems good in this format.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disgusting curves, monastery mentor.
You don't even need it. Like,
You
it's
don't
just
even-
extra.
Yeah. I will say probably like 2 or 3 of those games were just full carried by monastery mentor.
I ulted a Sholdred and lost a Monastery Mentor.
It's so
Jeez.
good. Like I
Wow.
don't think people realize like how much disgusting like amounts of power and toughness it just puts on the battlefield out of nowhere. Like even if you're able to kill it, but they get like 3 of the prowess
Yeah.
one
Yeah,
ones, like
it's
you're
good.
just dead.
I was just literally never able to kill it. And then I finally flipped Sholdred, and by then he had like 5 of the 1/1 prowess.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
man.
unbelievable.
And it was
That's rough.
insane. I almost screenshotted one time I won with Sholdred,
Yeah.
and like I got to the final chapter and I got everyone's creatures back from like the graveyards, and like the cards were so tiny, like I had like 30 dudes on my battlefield. It was insane.
Yeah. Gotta save them screenshots,
Yeah, I
right?
should have. It was hilarious.
Yep, but I think that's all we got for tonight. What do you guys think? Any more final closing thoughts? I guess you get a tiny segment. You get to pick one thing you want me to press on the soundboard. Which one? I got you.
A green one, just a green one.
Light green?
I don't care, just a green
Lemon?
one. Pick a green
Lemon
one. Pick a
green?
green one.
Nice.
That's all
Hot takes. Best common. Go.
Come back to me.
Oh, it's definitely the red deal 3 tuck one. Still good.
I think the surveil one. I'll go the blue surveil 1-drop
Yeah.
guy.
You guys basically took mine.
The
The blue surveil bounce is what that's
bounce one,
Yeah.
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 And then the red one. I'll
Yeah.
say I'll still stick with my knight that makes another knight. I still think it's sick.
I think Bond Warden's good.
I do want to preach though the 2-1 that loots with backup one.
Oh yeah,
the
yeah,
three
that guy's
drop
good.
guy.
That guy's
The
good.
3-drop
Yeah.
guy.
He's super necessary in red base decks because
Yeah.
flood is just
Flooding's been my biggest bane in blue white.
I've lost more games due to flooding than I have just to like
Actual
any other
things,
reason.
Yeah.
16 lands, 17 lands. Where you at? in this-
16, hard 16.
I'm at 16, but I'm still flooding. I'm gonna push it probably. I'm gonna experiment with the island cyclers because they have horrible garbage stats
Really?
right now. Yeah, like 45%.
Tapping 2 dudes is punishing late to make them unblockable.
Yeah. Well, like usually you just get them so low, like you just need that final thing. Like it kind of does the exact same thing as like aerial boost, right? Like
Yeah,
low-key.
yeah. I feel like the blue one's the worst though.
The blue one, yeah. I'll push it. I might not be able to push it till it goes to quick draft and I just do infinity drafts, but I'll
Oh,
figure
man.
out the sweet spot.
I played 16 tonight in my ramp 8-drop deck.
Yeah.
I ended up sideboarding basically every game that I lost. I would take a land out. I would go to 15.
Oh
I
man.
think your
go
deck
to-
was fine with 15. You had a ton of
Yeah.
control.
Yeah, I would trade a land for the title terror, and just because like it would
Yeah.
feel bad to whatever.
I think there's just so many little card selectivity kind of things just kind of baked into your 1s and 2 drops.
Blue white doesn't have as much stuff to do with its mana outside of like the tapper.
Yeah.
Like if you're drawing a land,
You can get some random incubate stuff too.
yeah.
I think the top end Convoke is sick too in the Knights deck.
Yeah.
Like I probably would have traded like 3 lands for like the 2-drop. What's the one that turns something into a 4/3?
Oh, draw a card.
Yeah.
Invasion or
Gosh.
I would have
Yeah.
got up to 3 lands for that.
Wow.
The white blue battle has been sick though. They return something and
yeah.
then becomes
Yeah.
like a flyer.
That seems good, yeah.
Yeah.
That's reasonable.
4 mana of bounce spells.
4
We're
mana
used to it.
like Cephalod's Sentry with like Mana War.
Rona's Vortex. Rona's
Bro,
Vortex was
Cephalod Sentry Mana War. Like it's
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's humongous with the Knights. Like an 8/8 sometimes. Flying. Flying.
Yep. So the 2/2 make a 2/2 as your best common of the format?
I don't know. I love it though.
It's felt kind of
Okay.
okay.
The red one that transforms into making him sack a dude when it dies.
Ooh, that guy's
That
good.
guy's really good. That's
That
a
guy's
common.
Yeah, it's a
That's
common.
actually
He's
insane.
good.
What are our top whip cards?
Like in the common cycle, it's
Common.
him and then the death touch.
Aetherblade Agent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after that,
The Order the Night one. That's an uncommon. That's a common, right?
that's a common, but like it didn't feel as good as some of the other night 2 drops because it felt hard to flip it on time reasonably.
Yeah.
It's
you kinda
3 to
just wanna-
flip, right?
Yeah, but you just kind of want to like play your hand out. You don't really want to.
Yeah.
You don't really want to invest too much in one body and just like
Flipping it late.
Lose
Yeah,
board.
the fact that it only has 1 power.
yeah. Like I feel like I'd rather play the 3/1 first striker
Is a
than that.
2/1 flyer guy? That's uncommon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The white one is the 1/2, which I thought.
Wait, which one's a prowess one? The prowess guy. That's a
That's
common.
uncommon.
Oh,
That's
it's
uncommon.
I'll,
yeah.
I'll tell you them all right now. The white one's the 1/2 that flips into the trampler.
Mm-hmm.
The black
That
one's the
one's
1/1 death toucher that flips into the dude that draws a card.
Good.
The red one is the guy that makes him sack if you kill it. The 3/2. The green one is
That's an
That's a-
herbologist, right?
That's
no,
the one
that's
that turns into a 7/5.
Yeah, that one's bad. The 4/5 that turns into a 7/5.
Yeah, that one's
menace.
bad. Yeah, that was not good.
And then is that all of them?
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
And then the blue one's the night. I don't
Yep,
think I said the
yep.
blue one. So I think like the green one is like kind of bad, but like if you're in ramp and you're like in a pinch,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's whatever, right?
But yeah, I think it goes like red and black are like top 2 for sure. Like
Yeah.
clear bar.
Yeah.
Then white because it's like a 1 drop that turns into like a reasonable thing, and then the other 2.
I don't know. The flip side of the night guy is okay.
Yeah, I think he's good. I just think he kind of goes against what you're trying to do because like in the Knights deck, you have to control board.
Yeah.
You have to add to board. If you spend a turn to flip them and then they just kill him, then you just
Yeah,
like almost
well-
lose the game.
Well, the thing is like you're never doing it on time. You're usually doing it like later. You most of the time just need a night just to activate your 3/1 first strikers, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's fair.
That's what I think.
I mean, he is a knight. I do
Yeah,
think
he's
you
a
still
knight,
play him
yeah.
in it.
Yeah.
I just think like as far as
His backside's pretty good too. He has flanking.
yeah,
Yeah,
his
yeah,
backside's
yeah.
sick. Like it's good.
No, it's a good card.
It's just a lot to invest into one thing when you're trying to kind of go wide and maintain board.
Yeah, I agree.
Is that our show?
Yep.
Yep.
Sounds good.
All right.
Catch y'all boys on the flippy show.
Bye.
Yeah.